Right, we are back after a sad showing from the Rams versus the Saints earlier today. However,
Kickoff middle. Kickoff left.
um, this season is gone. There's no, we lost Cooper Cup. There's no coming back for this season for the Rams. So now they need to just keep everybody healthy and end the season with no more injuries than necessary. So at the beginning of next season, wait all year for this. So at the beginning of next season, we can see what else we're gonna do. But they ran out of time because we might not have everybody. Aaron Donald already was talking about he's talking about retiring before this season started. So we might not have him. Cooper Cup might find somebody, might find another team. Anyway, let's kick it off. So we're kicking it off, trying to get it within the 20.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line.
Just outside the goal line.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now here come the Saints, about to begin their first possession, and the man in charge of this offense
1 yard is 1 yard.
His 8th season now in the NFL, former #1 pick, Jameis Winston.
His game last week reminded me of the old song.
And the Saints, they were 3-7 coming into this,
that's
and
about
they beat
all
us.
he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big time game.
I don't know what is going on in the Rams camp right now. Why people ain't meshing. But
Cover one hole. Trio sky zone. Spread.
Oh.
Seam flat.
Alright.
They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. Well, this defense for the Rams, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
Officially nothing on that with no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him.
I take the coach suggestion, and if I know what it is, then I adjust my defense accordingly.
Cover 2 SS Blitz 0.
Alright, so we got another.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Jameis to throw it.
Over there.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara.
Got him.
So the completion good for 7 there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
Yeah, on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted.
Yep.
And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
They was moving it pretty good there for a minute.
Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, that's earned it by their play, The psychology is, okay, they're number one. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
All right, we getting on the ground, getting down. We are going to be playing some more.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 30 options. Inside zone is selected.
All right, we're going inside zone. My favorite on ground pattern.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. He was creeping up toward 200 yards. Thought he was going to get there. Didn't quite make it, but also 2 rushing touchdowns.
And even if he only got about half those numbers this week, his team would take it in a heartbeat, wouldn't they? Because last week, he was spectacular.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he can only manage to get a couple.
Second
and 8 coming up. All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now, into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites, without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and a perfect season?
I think it's themselves. I think it's their team, how they approach things, how they conduct themselves during the week, practicing, getting ready, and then going out and playing. You can't take your foot off the gas pedal at this stage. Doesn't matter if it's a weak team you're playing or not. Look, when I talk with one of the best golfers of all time, he told me he never played against the field. He just played against himself and his own standard.
Throwing is Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well,
Charles, it's early, but that's a key third down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football. They're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. Here's pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot at the end zone because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took out that initial contact, and in his mind just screamed, out of my way. He kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And the next-gen stats, CD, it shows us he covered better than 20 yards after the initial contact was made.
So it didn't happen.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Saints nothing.
That time a 6-play drive. And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown.
Special teams, you have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. If the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Entering play call. Coach
One play has him up
there
past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Again, it's Kamara. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 17 carries, 86 yards.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield.
Cover 1, FS Fire 1. Cover 1 MLB, FS Fire 1.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They go play action. Winston. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Winston to give, it's Kamara. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, cover 1, overload free scheme.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they want it 2nd down and 11.
Cover 2 man, overload free scheme. Cover 2 man, cover 3 bus scheme. Cover 2 man.
Try and get some man coverage. See how that goes. Usually do zone.
Now Winston. And that is incomplete.
Play call.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. They went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Cover, nickel 2 trap.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing, Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
A 1st down throw for Winston. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll throw again. Winston. They complete it to Hill. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
There are 6 categories.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Winston, and it's caught. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
60 pinch, 60 pinch.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Damn.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball and pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short. That's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football.
Spread.
Kamara is going backwards here, all the way back to the 5-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Keep them out of the damn.
Entering play call. Coach suggest cover 2-man. Overload 3 press. Cover 3 hard flat. Overload 3 press.
Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal.
Spread.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL.
Entering
a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it, and he gets it done.
Base lock left. Base lock right.
Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
The game at 7.
Entering play call.
So that drive spans 13 plays, and the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
No.
Across, zone split WK.
Alright, we're going
On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
There are 8 categories.
Be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Interesting. Okay.
Pod drag wheel. AHP zone WK.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
We didn't get much on that last one. So
they'll go again here with Akers. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
all right.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
So they got an extra DB because they think I'm going to pass, which is exactly what I was going to do. So I'm going for it.
Cross button.
Stafford.
Triangle button.
And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
I'm kicking it. I don't want to kick it.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Selected.
Yeah.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. Punt. Punt.
Might be able to go for it though. What is it? 4th and what?
Fake punt W release. Recent plays. There are 8. Zone split up. AHD zone W. Personnel. There are 8. Play type. There. Run. Pass. Standard pass. There are 6 categories. Shotgun pass. Regionico. TWR option.
Take 5.
Delay of game. Offense.
That's right.
I think probably just trying to draw him off there, it didn't work.
And defensively, that's what you work on all the time. Being in that spot and being able to not
Entering
jump
play call.
and give them the
Punt.
yardage that they were
Punt.
desiring.
Recent plays. Personnel. Play type. There are 8. Run. Pass. Shotgun pass. There are 6 categories. You have 1 of 3 options. The WR option is selected. Triangle
Here
button.
we go on 4th.
Triangle
Stafford. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe some explanations.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Winston. It's hauled in by Hardy. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
There are 6 categories.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
3rd and short yardage. Winston. He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have a Saints first down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the
touchdown.
Damn.
Deontay Hardy, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Saints have taken the lead.
Entering play call. Coach
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7.
Entering play call. Special teams. Yes. Return mid. Return left. Return middle.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fields it right around the goal line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
There are 6 sub-option. Personnel. Coach suggest recent plays. Personnel. Play type. There are 8 categories. There are 6 subcategories. Run. Pass. Shotgun pass. Standard pass. Quick pass. Hail Mary.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Hail Mary.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Triangle button.
Stafford.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Categories. You have 3 options. Hail Mary is selected.
If I can get down here.
Triangle
on
button.
First down,
Circle
Stafford
button.
here.
Triangle button.
Oh, he catches it off the tip. It wasn't even intended for him. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Entering play
a big
call.
pickup of 38. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open it up to even more big plays.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. Oh, and he's going to be brought down a few yards short of the goal line, and they're going to be unable to stop the clock from here. So close yet so far, and that's going to be how this first half will come to an end. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach.
We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And this, a 10-point game as they've reached halftime. The Falcons looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. From there, it's up to Highmark Stadium to check in on the Bills. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Josh Allen with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. The Panthers trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Rams, and they were able to have a little bit of success on the ground. The question will be, will they stick with it, or will they be throwing more to try and regain this lead? Meanwhile, for the Saints, they did even less on the ground as they've struggled to get the run game going. Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football. And to bring you the second half from the Superdome, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
We're back. You want more blanket? Alright, we are back, folks. Now, we are going to have to...
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. But Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time.
Not yet, but we are going to start
down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
If I can hit 2 Hail Mary type plays in a row, I can probably...
Now Akers to start the third quarter on the ground.
But I've been on the ground a lot.
Of room to operate there on the first and run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him,
right, and then I'm gonna throw
I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
False start, offense.
Ah.
Entering
on the
play
guard,
call,
David
coach
Edwards.
suggestions.
False
There are
start.
8 categories. You have 30 options. 26 UO is selected. Mesh spot. 20. Mesh spot.
Alright.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and
I
15.
need that 5 yards. I gotta get that 5 yards back.
Circle
Now
button.
it's Stafford.
R1 button. Square button.
And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. So in Saints territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Nicole says we should do. So we should keep testing.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Stafford's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Entering play call, coach suggestion, double slants.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
R1
3rd and 2,
R1
Stafford.
Button. Circle button.
He'll dump this off to Akers. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
You have 30 options. 26 UL is selected. Then chatter. 26 UL. Then chat. 26 UL.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On the give, this is Akers. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
AHD zone WK. Stick.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Square button.
Here's Stafford.
Circle button. Triangle button.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Entering play call.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
R1 button.
He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. So no gain on the play.
What? Seemed like he got some yards after that.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Quick pass. There are 6. Hail Mary.
I took some yards. And Hail Mary, I know exactly where they're going and how they're going. They're just going straight down the field.
Triangle
they snap it to Stafford.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Saints will have the football
moving
back.
pretty good there for a
They've
minute.
gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
There are 6
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Well, they're hoping the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Spread.
To throw is Winston. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. They overload him that time of the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise,
he ain't got no time to
for
throw.
The offense.
That's damn right.
Cover 1 LB blitz.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has
go 3 and out. Let's go. Give me that ball back.
Let's
go, Rams.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away.
And we starting at the 25.
And the Rams now coming out on the field. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert. Probably
so I need to make at least 4 yards each play.
Determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get
and the ground doesn't seem to be
They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Hail Mary. Quick pass, standard pass, shotgun pass.
Back up a little
Stafford
bit.
And the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Triangle
Throwing
button.
is Stafford.
Triangle button.
That'll be caught by Cup. So he'll be stopped here for no gain.
No gain.
Second down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Triangle button.
Stafford now to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
You have 14 options.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Standard pass.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter.
Bench. Triangle
on
button.
1st down, it's Stafford. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Hopkins. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Entering play call. Standard pass. There are 6 cat. Click run. Outside handoff. Inside handoff.
Let's see if we can get some ground yards since we've been throwing it a lot.
On the handoff, it's Akers. And he's got some space here. Touchdown,
That's what I'm talking about.
Cam Akers. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth.
Ooh.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise,
I wish that was accessible where it would read those little data
Entering
points.
play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options. Pat attempt is selected.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown.
Call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
All right, now we're gonna try to kick this inside. Play, don't get to the 25, but they usually always get to the 25. So we would just kick it out the back.
This one tied
Although I noticed, like,
it's
not that much that they get back.
Pulls it in at the 13. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy
I meant to
of the
kick that all the way out of
the New Orleans offense set to take over.
End zone.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Entering play
The offense
call,
schemed
coach
going
suggestions.
trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they
drop.
took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
All right, we're going line.
The 2nd down throw for
Linebacker
Winston.
rush.
He's going to look deep now for Landry. Oh, this is taken in. It's
He got
complete. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 49 yards.
My
that
goodness,
catch for his
that's
career's
terrible.
number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here.
Kamara up the middle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 41 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on its toes and punching. And there's another 1st down run right there.
Trios Kai Zone. Weak blitz 1. Cover 3 Buzz Mike. Weak Trios Kai Zone.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Here's Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just throw this one over the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
I don't know if I should have went.
Winston. This is caught. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
All right, field goal gets you the lead here. I mean, but I might want to just go ahead and go for something big.
Oh, come on, you got to kick it.
I mean, you got to be glad I'm not the head coach here, right? The whole team would want to revolt at this point.
Enter base lock, load block left.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. The kick by Lutz is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net.
Man,
You're not really
down
ready
the
to
wire.
go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot.
A lot of pressure.
Delivers.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field.
What time is left?
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Inside handoff 49 plays. You have coach suggestion. AHP mid-draw.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10. At their 25-yard line.
Triangle button.
He starts with a give to Akers. And not much to speak of. Calling a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Inside zone
vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Cross button.
He takes this for 3 to the 20.
Entering play call.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Circle
to
button.
throw is Stafford.
Circle button.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Entering play call. Coach suggestion. Ohio Sale. Mesh spot. Ohio Sale.
What is this one? This second? Oh, I don't know if you can read that. Ohio something. Yep, there it is. Ohio Sale. I got my own play.
Run button. Square
On
button.
1st and 10,
Cross
Stafford.
button. Circle button.
Oh, you got me.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A completion,
right.
yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6
Entering
yards.
play
But plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
That's all
And
right.
this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 16.
2nd and 16.
Triangle
Back
button.
to throw,
Circle
Stafford.
button. Triangle button. Triangle button.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it. Unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Cross
Now
button.
Stafford.
Square button. Cross button. Triangle button.
And that will be
Oh,
incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for.
Personnel, play type, there are 8, run, pass. Hail Mary, there are 6 categories. You have 3 options. Hail Mary is selected.
Alright, this is it. Yeah, I need a first down.
Desperation time for Stafford on fourth down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Rams. Tyler Higbee.
Oh, Higgs. Higgs for the win.
To take the lead away here in the 4th. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles.
Matt Gay to kick off for Los Angeles.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Winston and the Saints now. Down 21-17. A minute 47 on the clock. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Cover 2 man. Cover 4 drop.
Here's Winston. It's hauled in by Hardy. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Cover 4 drop is selected.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. He's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Entering play
and now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. Connecting with Hill. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play.
Whatever.
Now Winston. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
That's right.
Coach suggestions.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's take along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Winston. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one.
Downs.
So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
That guy, one of the players said, "Who that?"
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
Entering play call, coach suggest inside zone.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Going right back to Akers. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
Man.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 6 options. HB zone WK, Eugene heel, AHB zone WK.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. 118 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
There are 8 categories. You have 6 options. HB zone WK is selected.
I don't think they got no more timeout.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Categories. You have 6 options.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the fourth quarter,
one of the best games I've played.
They dug deep and found that extra bit, right? That reserve tank.
A good game.
They hauled it out. Offense scored some points. Defense held them. And lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So for Los Angeles, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Saints, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.
Shoot, there was a couple times there I was like, man, I lost. Yep, I was like, damn. Then I pulled that damn Hail Mary out of my hat. That was a nice trick. And plus, after them other 2 plays I picked didn't work. Alright.
Entering player upgrades screen. You have 2 options. Entering, attention pop-up. Are you sure you want to auto-upgrade all players? No. Yes. Entering, attention pop-up. 3 players were upgraded. Okay. Entering weeks. Entering franchise hub screen home.
Alright, so this was a really, really good game. I thought that was pretty fun. A lot of action. A lot of action. Like, but I think it's cool that my guys were able to keep their hand on what was important and score those touchdowns. All right, so we will catch you guys a little bit later. Oh, we're gonna do some Mortal Kombat, so you can expect that to be popping on the channel in the next 2 or 3 minutes. So we'll be doing that. Mortal Kombat 11 teams elevated 16. Yes, 16. All right. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. Peace. Or you'll see what I'm playing in a little bit. Peace.